Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, the now retired football player, former Pirate, former Conley Viking, former Renegade, Seahawk, amongst other things, Holton Ahlers, host of the Holton Ahlers Show. Holt, how we doing, man?
Hey, living the dream clip. I first of all like your shirt. Said that when we walked on. Go Vikings. But yeah, man, doing good. Lots of new life updates for me, but couldn't be happier.
Let me briefly say, and I've told this before, but one day I was at Sheetz. A guy walked up to me. I was wearing the shirt. Said, "Hey, did you play for Conley?" And instead of explaining why I have this shirt, getting into a discussion, I thought the shortest interaction possible would be for me to say, yeah, I played for Conley. So I felt bad the rest of the day. Stolen valor. I want to apologize to you and all the Conley football players. I did not take the field for Conley.
Yeah, you know what? I felt a little disrespected when I. No,
and I did get this shirt from Morgan Ahlers, I believe. So, Holt, speaking of Morgan, I've been wanting to ask you this question for a week now. If your dad was the PA announcer for the Seahawks or the Renegades, do you think you'd still be playing football right now?
I think I'd be the starting quarterback there. I think I would be, as long as I want to be the starting quarterback there.
Local politics, bud.
Local politics. But, I don't think my dad would have done that. Maybe the Seahawks, I don't know. I don't think my dad would move to Seattle anytime soon. I don't care if I was the starting quarterback there or not, so probably not.
He's got too many weddings and parties to do.
Yeah, he's a busy man nowadays.
Holden, just seeing you now, like you seem very at peace with your decision, so that's great.
I am. Yeah, I am so much. It's kind of crazy because, like, you know, I've been praying about it for a while. Me and my now wife, Grace, which is kind of crazy to say, had been praying about it and just, like, talking to my family. And, like, I mean, as you guys know, like, I have a really tight circle that, like, those are the people that I kind of bounce ideas off of no matter what it is. And kind of, like, I mean, playing here definitely had a reason of, like, you can't have a big circle because, like, when things are bad, like, you realize who has your back and who doesn't. And, like, those people have kind of who I've done life with and, you know, bounce decisions off of. And, you know, kind of mid-season this year in the UFL, I started having conversations of, you know, my passions of football were still there, but I've checked off so many of those boxes in football of dreams and aspirations and stuff. And, like, was there a couple more, like, would I like to have been a starter in the NFL? Well, yeah, like, you would have liked to have been a starting quarterback in the NFL, too. Yeah. I think everyone would have. And I got close enough, like, look, I got to the NFL, and that's something that was, you know, kind of the big dream of mine was just to get there. A lot of my football career dreams were done at ECU. Like, that was just, like, anything past that, and I said on the podcast, like, anything past that was kind of just, like, added to it. It was fun. And now I have aspirations of, you know, starting a business and, you know, starting a family soon and business-wise, leading people. Like, I still, you know, as a quarterback, you lead people, and in business, like, I found a business, you know, which we'll announce here soon. We're still kind of, you know, purchasing it, but where we can still lead people, we can still impact people. So, I don't know, I'm really excited. I told Grace when the news came out, like, obviously we filmed the podcast earlier that day, and we knew that we were going to release it, you know, kind of later that day. And when it finally released, like, my phone just blew up, and I like, was sitting, I was at the dog park with Grace, and I was just like, it feels like a weight has just lifted off my shoulders. I'd never realized how, like, I wouldn't say pressure, but just how much weight there was of, like, one, being a pro athlete, being able to move, like, you got to be able to move, and, you know, a phone call, you're on to the next, you know, job or whatever.
Well, a lot of uncertainty, right? Like, you're still thinking, hey, maybe a call for a training camp, but if not, where am I going to be next year?
Yeah, 100%. And I just didn't realize, like, how much of that, and, like, you know, I'm looking back and I'm like, you know, when did that weight would say, and it's not a bad thing. It was a privilege to have it, and I loved it, honestly. But when did that start? You know, did it start when I had my first offer? When I had my first offer, I was 14 years old. I broke the Little League record when I was 12. So, like, when did that start of, like, saying, like, I got to live up to this expectations? And hopefully I did. I know some I did, some I didn't. But it was a great run, and you know, I wouldn't change anything for the world.
And the good news for our listeners, Holton's still around with the Holton Ahlers Show, but also our football coverage, and really looking forward to this season covering the Pirates on the U.S. Sailor Fifth Quarter Call-In Show and Bud Light Pregame Tailgate each week on Pirate Radio Live and the Holton Ahlers Show. So it's what does this time feel like to you, Holt? Because all you guys seemingly have a similar response that I miss the locker room, I miss the boys, I don't necessarily miss the 100-degree workouts. Like, this time of year, do you get that feeling at all?
You know, it's kind of weird. I miss the locker room? Yes, I miss the locker room. But I've built such good friendships, and a lot of the friendships, people who listen to the podcast, listen to Pirate Radio, have kind of met these guys now. It's like I still have the same relationships I had in the bond. So like I think I did a really good job of staying tight with those guys. To where, yes, I miss the locker room, but I still get that locker room vibe because I still talk to these guys every single day in group chats, on FaceTime and all that, or I'm just around them. Do I miss the workouts? So me and Grace drove by. It was like 9 a.m. I think it was yesterday, and the whole team was out there on the field conditioning. And I told Grace, she honked, and she was like, "Oh, should I feel bad?" And I was like, "No, Grace. Like when we used to be out there, that used to almost give you motivation. Like,
right.
oh, people actually care about this.
That's
you know,
true,
it's like, but I miss those days. I don't miss middle of the workout, but I miss like after. Like I was telling Grace, like we used to play like soccer tennis, like me, Sneed, Blake Prohl, and like we would always get a fourth where it was Flynn or someone or Caden. We would play like little soccer tennis and like I miss those. Like but you'll always miss that. At the same time, I wasn't doing that in the UFL, so like that's where it was just like, you know what, should I move on? And just kind of made the decision to move on.
Oh, no, I always say this for the NFL. It's true for college and unfortunately true for ECU right now. But it's no news is good news season. If we don't hear any news, that's fine. That's good. If you hear news, it's either an injury or it's police blotter. And you saw some of that with ECU this week. And I guess my question to you is, like, it's tough. I mean, we've all done stupid stuff. Some of us, I'm sure I've done dumber things than you have, Holton, because you've always,
I don't know, Cliff.
You've had a good head on your shoulders. But like as a captain, as a leader, how do you kind of look at that? What do you say? How do you try to prevent it from happening before it happens,
Yeah, it's tough because I'm not going to sit here and say things didn't happen when I was there. Like things definitely happened. Like with all the news that broke. I guess last weekend, this weekend now. One, I know all of those guys. I play with all those guys. They're good dudes. One decision doesn't affect you. Now, does it affect the football team? Does it affect your maybe individual career? Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't affect the type of person that you are.
Right.
Like everyone makes dumb decisions, like you just said. So. As a leader of a team, as a quarterback, let's say, like, if I was there, like, the first thing, try to do everything you can to not let that happen. I mean, know where guys are going to be, what guys are doing. That's just understanding, the locker room and stuff like that. But also understand that, you're also a college student. So are these guys. Like, people make bad decisions.
Sure.
So the next best thing you can do is just react. How do you react to it? How do you talk to the team about it? Like, do you call a players-only meeting and say, look, this can't happen again. This is what happens when people messed up. I'm anxious to see, and I told Caden this kind of off air, is like, this is Coach Harrell's first time of, like, as a head coach, like a big head coaching decision in the public eye, I would say. Like, that's not, like, he's the full-time head coach now. We play NC State in almost a month. Like, what is the decision? I don't want to say you can't suspend them for game one because they more than likely will be suspended, but those are some of your better players, especially JD. I mean, he was going to be one of the better players, in the conference. So do you go in NC State game one without one of your best players, or do you figure something else out? And that's just something first year as a full-time head coach you got to make a decision on and see. And either way, I know Coach Harrell's a good guy. I know he's going to make the best decision for the program. I know that JD, Brock, and Preston are good kids. They just made a bad decision, and hopefully they can bounce back from it. But yeah, it's not the best thing. But like I said, those guys that I know and have talked to literally, a couple weeks ago, and just made a bad decision, and just gotta, once the decision's made, you just gotta figure something out after and grow from it.
Well, I mean, in sports and in America, we love building people up, tearing them down, but we love a good comeback, redemption story type thing. And your good buddy CJ had some. Off-season issues. And I remember talking to people, maybe even you, Holt, like it was a real chance that he may not play for ECU again, but paid his dues and did whatever I guess he was asked to do, came back and had a great year at ECU.
Yeah, I would say he was closer. There was a time when he was closer to not playing for ECU than he was for playing ECU. I think he was within 12 hours of not being on the team anymore. And me and a couple of leadership council guys met with Coach Houston and kind of said, give us one more chance. Don't give him one more chance. Give us one more chance to talk to him. And then we talked to him, and he kind of turned it around enough to go out there and play and earn our respect and earn Coach Houston's respect. But look, that's what it takes too. Like, is it going to take a lot for those guys to like get back in good graces of the program? I would say yes and no. Like those guys are all like 5th-year guys, 4-year guys who have put a lot into the program.
Right. Didn't just come in a month or two ago.
Yeah,
They've been
like
around,
these guys have earned a lot of. I respect them all. That's why I'm not going to sit here and dog them. Like they just made a bad decision. But at the same time, bad decisions affect people and they affect your life. So I don't know. I'm anxious. I really am anxious to see how Coach Harrell handles it. Obviously, like the police side of things, like they got to go through more than just Coach Harrell to get back on the team, or not get back on the team, but obviously get reinstated and not suspended anymore and be able to play in, soon to be a month.
Let's see if we can help Jared out a little bit. He's heading to media day. So what's maybe something you can ask to Caden Hauser. I'll ask Holt. What do you want to see from Caden kind of this fall, and I don't know, something he needs to improve upon, something you want to see more of out of him?
Yeah.
Anything come to mind for you?
I would just say just be like the leader in the face of the program, because that's what he is. Rajay's gone. Caden's been the guy now for a couple games. He won a big bowl game. I think he's ready for that next step. I think he he can be the best quarterback in the conference. I don't see a reason why he can't be. So yeah, I'm excited to see just him be the guy. Like it's time. He's old enough. Like he's got experience here. He knows Greenville. He knows his teammates. Like just go be yourself. Go be the guy, and just make people gravitate towards you.
I think it's cool that leaderships and leaders come in different shapes and sizes, and he's kind of got the California cool leader, but like he's got some confidence with the little swagger, whatever you want to call it. He's done some things after first downs and touchdowns, so I think he's got a quiet, confident cockiness about him. Maybe
he does.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I see, and I like it. Honestly, I saw it the first time I met him when he was on a recruiting visit here. He's more than ready to have a great year and be a national name by the end of the year, and I think he will be. If the offense line can hold up and the receivers can go out there, and I think he did a really good job last year in his good games. Now, look, he got thrown in some bad situations early or like mid-season, but early in his playing career at ECU. But once he got settled, like he had some really good games of just getting the ball to the right guys at the right time. And as a quarterback, that's literally all you're all is just a point guard. Get especially in this offense, distribute it where it's supposed to go, when it's supposed to be there to the right guys, and pretty much let JDB dial up a good game and you just assist it.
Not all careers begin with like a long touchdown run against North Carolina like yours did.
Yeah.
In fact, we talked to Shane Carden yesterday, and he reminded us his first pass was a pick.
Yeah.
And he ends up a Hall of Famer at ECU. How about seeing those names hold as a Greenville native, my all-time favorite Pirate, Dwayne Harris, and then the Carden to Hardy connection going to the Hall of Fame?
It's awesome. First of all, congratulations to them. And also hats off to ECU for not waiting. I feel like growing up here, like I feel like everyone who gets inducted is either way older and like a lot of these young people don't know who they are, or they're people who are giving a ton of money back to the program. Like these guys clearly deserve to be in it and deserve to be in it now. So hats off to ECU for
good point.
Pulling it.
Yeah, good point. And have you and Rajay on the show today, and who knows? I'm going to say Holton will be a Hall of Famer. The numbers alone will say that, but we'll worry about that 9 or 10 years from now, I guess.
Yeah,
right.
9 or 10 years from now. I think
enough.
Rajay should too. I think I played with
I think
a couple,
Rajay, I'll be honest, like going into last year, maybe halfway through last year, I would have said no, but like he's in the discussion. Now, I think he's on the right side of the discussion after the numbers and the dang run against NC State. I mean, it's legendary.
Yeah, this is
and the
obviously
person
personal.
he is too.
Yeah.
Let me add that.
He was a great advocate for ECU. I think the guys I played with, there could be a couple like of the offensive guys who I don't know even how it works or anything like that. Like I said, these are the first kind of younger guys.
Local politics, bud.
Yeah, that did it. So we'll see. I don't know.
Let's do a flip through real quick. Talk about a college football team
Let's do it.
with Holton Ahlers, and we'll do a team that Mac likes a lot. We haven't done the Louisville Cardinals, have we? I don't believe so. First name that comes to mind when you say Louisville, obviously you've got Lamar and Teddy at QB. The Rick Pitino Louisville basketball Cardinals from years ago.
Steve Ellis.
Shock. Jeff Brom is their coach in his third year. They won 9 games last year. They've been on a run, Holt, where they've gone 8 wins, 10 wins, 9 wins. Coach Mack said, watch out for them being sneaky in the ACC this year. How about Louisville? Where do you think they sit in the ACC? It's kind of Clemson and then everybody else. What do you think about the ACC?
I think Brom's a really good coach. I couldn't tell you who their quarterback is. I'm sure they got a transfer quarterback this year, do they?
big name from USC, Miller Moss.
Yeah, great. Love Miller Moss. There you go. I love college football now because you don't even know. Miller Moss is a stud. I actually really like Miller Moss. So, yeah, I'd imagine they have a good year. I know they have a good program. So, programs like that who have good coaching and is like kind of on a roll of winning games, it literally just matters who their quarterback is, I feel like, a lot of the times. And if you can land the right – last year, Tyler Shuck, I think is how you pronounce his last name, go there, play amazing, got drafted. So, Miller Moss is really good. I like him a lot.
Yeah, it is. The QBs are hired guns now for the most part. You don't get a lot of Mannings and Klubniks who are sticking around for so long. I guess their key non-conference game would be James Madison at home. Louisville will be a favorite in that, but I've seen on some group of 5 potential teams to make it to a playoff,
James Madison.
I've seen the Dukes up there. So maybe that'll be a good one coming up week 2. Holton Ahlers joining us. Anything else? Oh, what do you think about the 2025 Summer League champions, Charlotte Hornets?
Good for them. Good for them. You know what my perfect year would be, Clip, is if the Knicks were the 1 seed and the Hornets were the last seed and they played each other in the first round, so I could go to every single game.
Oh, yeah. You could awesome. Make some games.
And just cheer. I pull for the Hornets. I mean, enough. Like, wish them well. I don't know if – did you see Paul George's comments about them?
Yeah, and that's fine because I crap on him. It's kind of like one of those things, hey, look, I can talk about him, but you can't. But he's right. Hey, let's prove him wrong instead of being mad at what he said.
Champions now.
Shut up, Jared. We just did. Now what, Paul? Now you want to come join us? Whole good stuff. Next Holton Ahlers show. Any guests?
Finally getting Bruce Bivens. He's been busy as crap. So obviously I played with him, and now he's director of player development. So we're filming that tomorrow. Going to release tomorrow afternoon, and should be a good one.
Intimidating guy, but now he's just like a regular old dude.
Is he
man.
intimidating? I was telling Grace last night. She was asking about him. Like he's like the most soft spoken.
He is. But he's got a look about it.
Yeah.
He's got a linebacker look.
Yeah, he does.
That I ain't messing with him. I'll tell you that. Thanks, Holt. Enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.